Good evening, everybody. It's Diana from Pomona, Ponderosa. I'm down here doing my evening chores, and shoes are sweaty. It's hot still, and I am down here watering down at the bottom of the property next to the road. And we have pampas grass and thuja green giants that should get quite tall, and the pampas grass get quite big also. We had these as our living fence in Texas, and we are going to have them here as our living fence. And so I'm down here doing the watering. And we bought this tank to give us the ability to water down here until we get irrigation run, because the house is way up there behind that clump of trees. You can see the flagpole and the garage. And then we have all of this. But these little baby trees need drinks. So I run with the tank up and down the hill a couple of times a night, get it all filled up, and give these guys a drink. We have 22 planted down here, and we were watering in the morning, but it seems like these guys aren't getting enough water. And we've already replaced 2 of them. And I took those 2 up to the house and put them in pots. And see if I can nurse them back to health. But some of them are struggling a little bit, as you can see. So we did some research today and discovered that the symptoms that they're having means that they're probably not getting enough water. And the ones we pulled up this morning after watering yesterday, the roots were dry. So I'm guessing that's the cause. So we will give them water at night and see if they can drink up enough to survive until it cools off, and we can figure out the irrigation. Because we really don't want to run hoses from all the way up there down here. Now we do have the old well from the old homestead down there. I'm not sure how good you can see it. Give me a second. But they capped it, and they put a piece of plywood between the 2 chunks of concrete. So we are thinking that we are going to drill a hole in the piece of wood down that pipe, drop a rock in on a string, and see if there's water down there. And if there is, we're going to rig up something. That's what I mean by struggling, these guys down here. So, I don't know what. We will figure it out. We always do. Where there's a will, there's a way. And God only knows Butch and I have the will. Still loving it, but want the privacy. And the previous owner's father likes to drive up and down the road at about 2 miles an hour and crank his neck to see what we're doing. And I'm guessing report to his son. But it's ours now, and none of his business. Just leave us alone. We don't really want to have to fence off the entire front. Excuse me, sweaty again. We did that back in Texas. We had fencing, we had rock pillars, we had barbed wire. But we had, I call them my slaves. We had 2 slaves at that point. That would be my children. And even though they didn't want to do it, they were part of the family, and so therefore they must do chores. And we were happy with that decision. With a lot of people nowadays, oh, well, you know, it's my house, it's not theirs, and they shouldn't have to do what they don't want to do, or things like that. And, you know, ours are grown now, and they are doing good in their lives. Like I said, our daughter is in the Air Force, and she owns her own home. She's single, owns her own home. Has our 2 grand puppies. And our son is in the Marines. And he lives in the barracks. They're not allowed to live off base. And I've got to move the ATV. Oh yeah. But when they come home on leave, excuse the noise for just a minute, I'm getting attacked by a mosquito. They come home. They still help with the chores. Matter of fact, a lot of times they tell us to wait to do things till they can come home and help. Whether it be building an addition onto the workshop, getting up on the roof, painting, decorating, hauling buckets of water. If you raise your kids right, they learn to have a good work ethic. And being a veteran myself, I'm a hard nose, and they know it. I may be only 5 foot tall, but my kids always say I scared them, you know. But sometimes that's a good thing. You put the fear of God in them. You teach them that they're going to respect their parents. You teach them the value of hard work, the value of $1. And I think I'm going to have to go spray my hair because this mosquito will not leave me alone. But I want to make sure all these guys get a good drink. Anyway, I just wanted to check in. And see, some of these guys are doing really good. And others are struggling. But the one next to it's doing good. And the one next to that's doing good. So I just don't understand. Such is the life of plants, I guess. But give them all a good drink. Then get a good drink for tonight. I think I'm gonna, until the temperature starts dropping, at least into the 80s. Because God only knows we were 96 today. I'll update on the babe cave later. Hubby says he finished some more today. I was busy transplanting these trees. And, well, I think that's about all for tonight, guys. Have a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye.